Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I know it's been a little while since I put up a video. I missed a video last week. I am in the depths, I'm in the throes of filming for my online makeup course, and I filmed with 4 models last week, and I think we filmed 10 videos altogether, and I just didn't get a chance to actually film for my YouTube channel. But today I have the full day to myself, so I'm filming a bunch of different stuff. And this video is going to be a little bit of an experiment. So as I said, I'm filming all the content for my online makeup school. It's called the Online Makeup School, and there's a landing page up if you want to have a look at the branding and stuff. It's very exciting. It's kind of getting to like the final stages now, so all I have left to do is finish filming all this content and edit those videos and get it up, and then it's pretty much ready to go. So I'm hoping that I should have it ready by May, but I'm going to start opening up like registrations in April. But if you want to register your interest, so you're on the mailing list for when it does actually officially open, I'll leave a link in the description box, and you just put your email address in, and then I'll send you information when it's actually ready to go. With this makeup course, it's been great. It's really reignited my passion for why I loved makeup in the first place, which is how you can use makeup to totally manipulate how you look. And it really does not matter what makeup you use. It's just about like the techniques of using what you have. So somebody actually suggested something to me on Twitter. Lisa Kennedy tweeted me. She said, I have a great idea for a tutorial. Make one eye look elongated and give it a cat eye look, and do the other eye to make it look rounder and bigger to show how you can change the shape of your eye. I would love to see how you can change the look of your eye. I think that's a really interesting idea, because there's definitely more than one way to do your eye makeup, in different shapes that you can use with your eyeshadow to manipulate the shape of your eye. I naturally have very round eyes, so sometimes I do struggle with the elongated look. It can be a little bit tricky for me, whereas if I just follow the natural line of my eyes, they look really, really round. So today I'm going to do basically different placement of eyeshadow to show you how just using exactly the same products but just placing it slightly differently will give you a completely different effect. It's a little bit of an experiment. I'm not really sure what this is trying to prove. I suppose it's just showing you different ways to do your eye makeup. So I'm going to do both eyes with the same palette, and I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Eye Palette. And I've chosen this one because there's a really nice mixture of textures. There's a decent amount of mattes and also some more shimmery and more glittery shades. I think the easiest way to do an elongated or cat eye is to plot in the shape with an eyeliner first. So I'm going to use this brown eyeliner, and I'm going to start on the lower lash line. So I'm going to draw in from the bottom and then come out and extend past the edge of my eye. Again, much easier to get the right angle if you start from the bottom lash line. And on my eye shape, because my eyes are quite round, I can't go too steep. I have to bring it out quite long. And then before that sets, because it's a waterproof eye pencil, I'm just gonna give that a little bit of a smudge. So I didn't apply the eyeliner to my whole eye because I knew I'd be able to spread it into the inside corner. So just using that brush to push the eyeshadow towards the inner corner, and then also to pull it out. I'm not worried about getting like a really nice precise point or anything at this stage, because I can fix all that later. And then I will drag that line in to meet the top lash line. Whoops. And then again, just smudge. Now, this is where I need to be really careful, because on my eye shape, as I said, I've got round eyes. With a winged eyeshadow shape, you want the flick, the tip of the flick, to be the highest point of the eyeshadow, and for the eyeshadow to kind of come down at an angle towards the very inside corner of the eye. Now, because I have a rounded eye shape, the very middle part of my eye here, if you were to draw a line straight through my pupil, up through the middle of my eye, the point where my eyelashes are is actually quite high because my eye shape is round. So I need to be really careful when I'm doing a winged eyeshadow look that I don't bring the eyeshadow too high, Like, I don't want to bring it into my crease, definitely not into my socket up here, because then this suddenly becomes the highest part of the eyeshadow and not the tip of the eye. So it doesn't give me that winged eyeshadow shape. Instead, it just gives me like a curve with a flick, which is not what we're going for. So I just need to be really conscious about not blending that too high on my lid. Next, I'm going to go into this matte brown eyeshadow here, and I'm going to start on the outside and draw straight in. Again, trying to keep that outside corner the highest point. I want that line to be nice and straight. So this eyeshadow is kind of blending out the eyeliner that I already applied, and also just raising that outside corner a little bit more. And I'll take a fluffy eyeshadow brush, I don't have any eyeshadow on this, just to soften that edge a little bit. And then I'll go back into that matte brown color on the pencil brush this time, just take some of the excess off the brush, and I just want to perfect this outside corner, because I'm after extending past where I applied the eyeliner. I'm after making that flick a little bit bigger. So I just want to make sure the point is nice and pointy. Next, I think I want to take one of the shimmery shades. I don't want to add anything too light because I want to keep the eyeshadow quite like definite on the eyes. So I'm going to go into a dark shimmery shade, this one here, and apply that just kind of over that dark shadow that's already on the eye. Again, not bringing it too high. I'll take the brush just to soften the edge. I'm not really blending upwards with this brush, just softening the edge. You don't want to overblend this kind of look, otherwise you lose the shape. Let's take some of that darker color on the pencil brush again. And take off the excess. And I'm going to apply that on the inside corner. Now the inside corner is quite important for a look like this as well. Again, because I do have that round eye shape, the inside corner of my eye curves back up again. So I want to actually make the inside corner of my eye look a little bit lower than it is, so it looks like it's a straighter line. So we end up with more of this kind of an angle happening rather than this. And I just got eyeshadow on my nose. I'm reviewing a foundation at the moment. That's the only reason I have my foundation on. Otherwise, I totally would have done my eye makeup first. So with that eyeshadow on the pencil brush, I'm actually bringing it quite far down. So I almost want this line here to be thicker than it is on the outside corner. If it's thicker on the outside corner than it is on the inside corner, with my curvy eye shape, that will actually make the eye look a little bit droopier. Whereas I almost want to droop the inside corner of the eye so that it's dragging down. The inside corner is dragging down and the outside corner is pulling up. And that's what gives you that really elongated cat eye. And what you can do, if you really want, is take like a dark matte brown, or I'm going to take this black on an angle brush, just stamping the excess off so I don't have too much on there. And I'm going to draw a line on that inside corner that sits lower than my natural lash line, but then comes back up to meet the lash line. So again, it's just kind of drawing that inner corner down a little bit. It's usually a good idea when you're doing these kind of eyeshadow looks that have like a very definite shape. Good idea just to have a little bit of concealer on the back of your hand and have a concealer brush ready, just so you can clean up any areas. If you feel like you've blended down a little bit too far or your line's getting a little bit lost, you can just use that to kind of sharpen everything up again. I'm going to take a little bit of this pale gold shade here because I do just want to add a little bit more highlight on the inside corner, and I'm applying the highlight above where I applied that darker shade so I don't kind of confuse things too much. So it's just going the kind of the top part of that inner corner. The basic shape is there with the eyeshadow. You could absolutely leave it at that, but I just want to add a little bit more intensity around the lash line. So I'm going to take a black eyeliner, and I'm using a soft smudgy eyeliner because I'm going to smudge it into the eyeshadow. And I'm just going to draw it very thinly along the lash line on this inside corner. Just really right into the roots of the lashes. Then get a bit thicker as we come out here. Again, you want to work quickly so you can blend before they set. I find eyeliners set quicker when they're layered on top of each other, so because we already have that eyeliner underneath, it's going to set super quick. I'll do the bottom. I'll just go along the roots of the lashes on the bottom first, but I will go into the waterline in a second, and then pull that upwards. So we're drawing a bit of a wedgy flick out there. And then to line the eyes, I find, again, because of my round eye shape, I definitely want to line my top waterline. But then for the bottom lash line, I'm only going to apply the eyeliner to the outside corner. Or the outside waterline, I should say. Because I only want to lift the outside waterline. I don't want to lift the inside. Because again, that's going to just exaggerate the round shape. So if I only get the outside, it's just going to lift that outside corner. And that's it for eyeshadow. So I'm going to go straight onto mascara. I'm not going to do false lashes because I kind of feel like with this eye shape, sometimes false lashes can make the eye look round again, because a lot of the time they add like that height to the middle of the eye. Even if you get the ones that are longer on the outside corner, sometimes on a round eye shape, lashes tend to sit quite high and quite like straight up. So I prefer to just do mascara and focus the mascara on the outside corner more so. So again, you're just kind of creating that elongated shape. And I'm using the Bad Gal Bang mascara. I've only used it a couple of times. I'm still kind of making up my mind about it. It's just a mascara at the end of the day. I didn't get sent to the Maldives, so I'm a totally impartial judge here. But yeah, it seems all right. Very difficult to remove, which I suppose is a good thing. I'm actually not gonna pull the mascara the full way through the length of my lashes on the inside corner. I just want to focus it right in at the roots. And I'll get the bottom lashes too. Again, just kind of focusing it more into the roots. So there's the winged out eyeshadow shape on a more round eye. So let's try the round eye shape. This should be a little bit easier for me. So a spotlight eyeshadow placement tends to exaggerate a round eye. So first off, I'll go into that matte brown shade again, and I'm using this really nice flat kind of round eyeshadow brush. So this isn't really a blending brush, this is an application brush. And we'll start on the outside corner. And I don't want to bring this too far past the outside corner of my eye because I'm more exaggerating. Where did that come from? I'm exaggerating the height of my eye rather than the width of my eye. Start putting that on the outside corner. Bit of a C shape happening. I'm not going to worry about blending or anything just yet. While we're on that outside corner, just with that same eyeshadow on a pencil brush, because I know I am going to be putting this onto the lower lash line too, I'm just going to start bringing that round, just so I kind of know exactly how far to bring it out on the outside corner. Because when you apply eyeshadow to the lower lash line, you do usually need to extend the eyeshadow on the top a little bit further past the eye, just so that they meet. Otherwise, you'll just have a line of eyeshadow on the bottom and then a line of eyeshadow on the top, and they never actually meet each other. So it just makes for a much more pleasing shape if you extend it past the outside corner a little bit. Bringing that across. I'm drawing this slightly above my crease. Bringing it nice and high in the middle there. You definitely want to do this with your eyes open, looking straight ahead, and try not to lift your eyebrows too much so you can see where everything will sit once your face is relaxed. And then I'll come in from the inside corner. Right on that inside corner there. And then just applying it above the socket again to meet in the middle. I feel I've lifted a little bit too much on this outside corner here, so I'm taking my little concealer brush with a bit of concealer on it just to take that edge in a bit, because I really don't want the focus, I don't want the weight to be pulling out, I want it to be going up. And while we're still applying, I'll go back to the pencil brush and just get that inside corner. So this time I do want my inside corner to be quite lifted so that we exaggerate that curvy bottom edge. So I'm applying it right up into the inside corner, but I'm not extending it inwards. Like, I'm not going to make it pointy in here, because again, that's just going to make the eye look a little bit longer. I'm going to do a similar kind of shape on the lower lash line. So I'm going to connect the outside and inside corner, but if you can see, I'm not bringing it onto the lash line in that center portion. I'm actually circling my eye bag. So by doing that again, I'm just making the eye look more round. I'm making the center of my eye look like it's bigger, if that makes sense. Like the middle part of my lash line dips lower than it actually does. It's gonna look a little bit crazy until I blend it all out, so just bear with me. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this flesh tone here on a clean eyeshadow brush and just go right under the eyebrow. This is just gonna make blending that darker color a little bit easier, just having this flesh toned eyeshadow there already. And again, with a clean eyeshadow brush, this is a tapered blending brush, so it's slightly pointy, so a bit more precise than like a really big fluffy blending brush. I'm just gonna soften the edge. And I'll use that brush to soften out that bottom edge too. Looking a little bit like a lunatic, but I'm gonna move on to a shimmery shade for the center portion, and I'm gonna use this one here. So we're just going to fill that gap. I will actually go back just into that matte brown color and just take the excess off and just pull that in to blend the edges. And take a clean pencil brush with that light color just over the center portion of the lower lash line. I'm going to go back into that tapered blending brush and take some of the black, and I just want to exaggerate, or just go back in and shade a little bit more on the outside and inside corner. And that bottom lash line too, just the outside and inside corner. I'm going to do liquid liner on this eye, and I definitely don't want to wing it out past the outside corner of my eye, because again, we're going for that rounded eye shape. So I'm just going to follow my natural lash line, and I'm going to make it a little bit thicker on that middle portion than on the outside corner. Controversial, I know. And I'm going to pop on some lashes too. I've got this set from Nikkia Joy. I'm going to do this set here because they seem to be a little bit longer in the middle than on the outside and inside corner. So again, that's going to make the eye look nice and big in the center. Just pop mascara on to blend those lashes in. And we'll get those bottom lashes too. And there you have it, two very, very different eyeshadow placements to give totally different effects on the eyes. One to make them look really, really big and round, and one to make them look a lot more feline and elongated. So just a little experiment in eyeshadow application. I don't think one shape is better than the other, although I do feel like different cultures tend to favor different eyeshadow shapes. And I think this shape is actually is quite popular, but with a winged out eyeliner. I think the fact that the eyeliner stops at the end of the eye is kind of making that look a little bit funny. And then this shape is just like a universally flattering, always on trend shape. Everybody wants that like sexy feline eye shape. So it's just really interesting how you can totally manipulate and change the look of your eyes just with, you know, fairly basic eyeshadow shades. You just need some matte brown, gray kind of shades and then something a little bit lighter and shimmery. I really hope you enjoyed that video. I hope maybe you learned something new. And I hope it inspires you to try something different with your eyeshadow and try a different shape. Just try, experiment, and have a bit more fun. There are endless options when it comes to eyeshadow and just makeup in general. So easy to get stuck in a rut and do the same thing over and over again. So definitely I encourage you to try something you've never tried before. You never know, you may just love it. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, all that kind of good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day and I'll see you very soon. Bye!